When I read the book, which it was Your Wish Was Your Command, which is it's a book, but is like actually there are CDs. And then it gave me a foundation of how I can change myself. Because who I was, what was my identity, what was my belief system, like, what did I think about my nutrition or how I eat food, like everything. I was standing at completely another stand in my life. So I wanted to create something different. I looked at a businesswoman and I said, wow, I want to be like her. I want to be like powerful like her. I want to have power for myself, not power over other people. I want to have power for myself. I want my own word to mean to me. I want to have accountability for myself. I want to feel like I am content. I want to feel like I can create whatever I want. And then, so how can I turn to this person? Like, how can I change my identity and how can I improve myself so I can turn to that character that I dream to be? So, first I read the book, The Secret, which had a massive impact on me. Then after that, I got introduced to the book, to the CDs and the book, Your Wish is Your Command. And this was the best foundation that could help me to create that identity for myself. So, which I'm going to talk about one of the subject today, and that subject is who do you listen to and how teachable are you? So, I found this, which I'm not the creator of this. I just learned this from another person, and this person learned from another instructor. So this is not something that I'm creating. Like, this is something that I've experienced, but like, I'm not an inventor of this system. So in this CD, I got introduced, how teachable are you? I'm like, how teachable I am? I don't know how teachable I am. So, at every stage of our life, when we learn something, we think this is it. Like, for example, I know how to drive. Don't teach me how to drive. Like, I already know when someone tells us something, instead of for us to just be calm or just be open and not get insulted, when someone is telling us, is like we go right away to a defensive mode. So I learned to zip it and just sit there and listen. What is it that anyone wants to tell me or teach me? And that allowed me to be, my teachability went up. For example, if someone tells me, Helen, why you drive like this? Instead of defending myself, says, like, what do you mean how I drive like this? Like, I'm a very good driver or this and that. I'm like, I step back and I listen. I'm like, so like, tell me exactly, how did you feel while, let's say, you're sitting in my car and I'm driving? So I'm open now. I'm open to learn what is it that I can do that makes someone else is uncomfortable in my car, and or what is it that I can do that I can turn to a better driver. So being teachability, how I translated was be open when people are telling you their advices, their experiences, their opinions, and then analyze it. Use whatever you can and whatever is aligned with you, and don't use whatever is not aligned with you. But take out the part of you that it feels insulted or conflicted or I know better, I already have learned all of this. Take all of that and trash it. Here's one thing. Is regardless who you are, regardless who I am and what I achieved in my life, I'm a nobody. You're a nobody. We all are a nobody. After I feel like every time I take a look at our like the picture of Earth and with me as a human being on it, and then take a look at our galaxy, and then take a picture of like all the galaxies next to each other. This is something I remind myself on a daily basis. I am so small, and almost equivalent is almost like nothing compared to the planet Earth, compared to galaxies, compared to one galaxy and galaxies. So when we know we're so small and none of us are hot shit, so let's go back and allow ourselves to be teachable. Allow ourselves to learn something good from everybody. From a 5 years old, you might learn something very amazing. Maybe you learn something from a scientist. Maybe you learn something from one of your students, or maybe you learn something from someone like Oprah, someone like, I don't know, another very big motivational coach or speaker or someone. So allow yourself to be teachable. Allow yourself to observe new information and learn new information at any stage of your life. I find this definitely one of ways that I can learn more at any part of my life. Let's say in one of my businesses that I feel like, oh, this business is a very successful business that I have. And when someone comes and give me advice, if I block that advice and I think, nah, don't tell me anything, I already know it all, look how successful I am, like who the hell are you to give me this advice? I just closed off learning the new information, how I can make myself better and more successful, or expand my business in the next level, or like completely scale my businesses. So never forget the teachability. Allow yourself to be teachable. When you're teachable, that means you have a willingness to change. When you're teachable, that means you're accepting that you want to change. This is so important, because if you don't accept and you don't acknowledge that I need to change, you will never take any steps. So this becomes so fundamentally important to be teachable if you want to really scale yourself, your business, where you stand in life, and how you translate the information. You accepting a change. You accepting that you need to be changed. So when someone is giving you advice, when someone even giving you a sarcastic advice, so you don't need to defend yourself. You're accepting, let me see what information I can use here. So after you accept the changes, like that you need to change, okay, so this is for part 1, then you realize you need to accept the steps in order to be changed. So now you need to be teachable for every single step that, these steps is going to complete the part that I need to change. I need to be better. I need to learn more. I need to have more knowledge. So the steps now, for every single one of them, it will play a very, very big part for you. Back to accepting the change. Back to accepting the steps. Now, the steps will involve your emotion, will involve your thoughts, would involve the techniques, would involve the plans, and would involve the activities to get you where you need to get. This sounds like so cliche, but because I knew I had to apply it in my life in order to create this character that I wanted, I knew okay, so I need to change my emotion and how I feel toward things. I need to change my thoughts and what kind of thoughts that I have in order to become that person. I need to accept and learn the techniques of becoming to that person. And I need to have a set of plans and activities for the outcome of changing to the new character that it was capable, it was a businesswoman, it was an entrepreneur. So these were the ingredients that I needed to become to that new character that I always dreamed to be.